This couldn't have come at a better time for the White Sox as Chicago is promoting Jared Kelenic from AAA Charlotte after Everson Pereira landed himself on the injured list. What's going on, White Sox fans? Welcome back to White Sox Digest. My name is Anthony. Let's get right into today's video. Now let's just simplify everything. Everson Pereira, outfielder, goes down, and another gets a fresh shot at the big leagues, and it being Jared Kelenic. Another fresh shot. I'll get into his background. I'll get into everything you guys need to know. But the reason why it matters so much right now and why the timing matters is because Kelenic has been heating up at exactly the right moment, and it could pay off huge for the White Sox. After a very rough start in AAA, he's now forcing the White Sox to give him a look again, give him a real shot, a real chance, and it could be his best chance to make something stick in Chicago. Let's start with his AAA turnaround. Now, this is really what got him back here was this turnaround because he was struggling badly not too long ago because at one point he had the second worst on-base slugging percentage in all of AAA, and there was a stretch where he went 1 for 22 with 10 strikeouts in 7 games. That's the kind of start that makes it look like a player is slipping into another frustrating season or another frustrating slump. But then things started to change. Over a recent stretch, Kelenic hit 4 home runs in 4 days for Charlotte. In his last 7, he's averaging a 320 slashing right now with a double, 4 home runs, and 10 ribbies, 10 RBIs. That's the kind of power binge that gets a front office paying attention, especially when the big league club, like the White Sox, needs some outfield help. And even with the rough overall line and his rough overall start, the recent surge is very hard to ignore. He's shown the kind of loud contact and athleticism that made him such a big name in the first place, like when he got drafted. And this is what Kelenic said about his turnaround. He said, "I know that at some point, if I just kept doing what I was doing, that the ball was going to start finding some grass, and that's what is finally happening." I love to see that because you know how frustrating baseball can be, especially in the minors when you keep getting sent down. And that's a pretty good line from Jared. I love it. He's staying patient. He's working, and he's trusting that the results are going to still come. And if you look over here, Kelenic is batting .202 with 4 doubles, 6 home runs, 18 RBIs, 16 runs scored, and 7 stolen bases in his 26 games. So that's not too great, not too bad, but like I said, the home runs, the scoring, the athleticism is really sticking out. So let's just zoom out and talk about why Kelenic still matters. Now, this is not just some random depth outfielder at all. He was a first-round pick in 2018, and he debuted in the majors with Seattle in 2021. At one point, he was supposed to be one of the cornerstones of the Mariners' future alongside Julio Rodriguez. And his career with Seattle, I'll pull up his stats here. Those are his career stats. His career with Seattle ended with a .204 average, a .283 on base percentage over 252 games. And then he was traded to the Braves in December of 23. He spent 2 seasons in Atlanta, but the production never really matched the hype there. And he kind of started bouncing around, and that's where the White Sox took the opportunity. And this is why the White Sox opportunity feels a little different too. Chicago signed him to a minor league contract with a spring training invite, and now they're giving him a shot because the roster is opened up. He's still 26 years old, which means that there's at least some room to believe that he could still be another chapter left in his story for sure. Now, for the casual fans, the simplest way to explain Kelenic is this. He's a former top prospect who has shown flashes of being a real MLB talent, a real MLB player, but he's never put it all together long enough. That's the only reason. That's why baseball, you gotta stick it out for a while if you want to make a ball club in the MLB. But that's what makes this so interesting is why the White Sox are willing to take a chance on him. And the reason the White Sox are making this move is pretty simple. And they need outfield help. That's literally what it boils down to. Everson Pereira landing on the injured list, creating an opening, and Chicago deciding on Kelenic was the best option to fill it, especially with how hot he is in the minors right now. That makes a low risk, high upside type of move. If Kelenic keeps hitting, the Sox may have found a useful outfielder bat out of nowhere. If he doesn't, then they're basically back right where they started, but without having lost much in the process. Because we're gonna get Pereira back, Antonacci, Benintendi are all still playing the outfield. Peters is still here. Tanner Murray, I think Venable said he was out 2 to 3 months with that dislocated shoulder, but that's all right. The White Sox just need him to be the old hype machine that the Mariners had for years. They just need him to be productive enough in the lineup while Pereira is out to fill that little gap. That's really what it comes down to. And honestly, it's a pretty fair spot for him to be in. He's getting another chance, he's getting another opportunity, and it might be the kind of reset or maybe new scene, new everything that he's been needing out of the minors, because he's been out of the big leagues for a while. Now, my opinion here, my take. I gave my take right now. This really could not have come at a better time for both sides. The White Sox needed an outfielder option that can also hit, with Hayes just barely getting back to. He's still a little shaky. And Kelenic absolutely needed a fresh big league shot after turning things around in AAA and going on that hot streak. I love how we are rewarding our hot streaks, because I feel like in the future as White Sox, we perfect example. Benintendi goes walk off in Arizona, and then the next 3 games he doesn't even play. I like how we're rewarding hot streaks. We're giving new guys new opportunities. We're trying to find our set in stone team. But what do you guys think about Kelenic? Is Kelenic finally about to put it together for the White Sox? I'm not sure where I feel. I really want to see him. I want to see a couple at bats first, but I did like Everson Pereira. That's why it's like I like Kelenic, and I'm loving bringing someone up who's on a hot streak like Caleb Bonner, hot streak for the minors. But I think he's gonna have a good outing. I think that the fresh faces, fresh start is exactly what he needed, and it's something that you really can't get anywhere else, because like you keep sending people in the minors. I feel like it's just mentally draining on them. So I think this is a good move, bringing Kelenic up, especially because he's hot. But make sure to like, subscribe, comment. I'll read all of them. If you want more breakdowns like this, smash the like button, subscribe for more, and never miss a video. White Sox are finishing up a series versus the Angels today, going for a sweep, and that is 2 series in a row where we won 2 series, and we're only 2 games out of first place right now. Who are these White Sox? Keep hitting. Murakami needs to keep hitting. He did have 4 Ks last night, but we were also facing the ERA leader, even though Montgomery hit a nuke shot off him and Romo hit 2 off him. So go Sox, as always. Make sure to keep tuning in, like, subscribe.